What is up, everybody? Welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling. It is Wednesday, February 12th. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, Righteous Reg. We are here to break down AEW Dynamite, the go-home show, into AEW Grand Slam Collision Australia. I messed that up, but y'all know that's happening this Saturday. Reg, how are you?
It's your favorite rap, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster, Righteous Reg, Double R Media Man. It's California Connection. Very excited about the show happening Saturday. I think they told a lot of that video package they played in this, Denise, and kind of the things that they iterated to us about the show. I'm excited about what's going on in the show. A couple of question marks as to why some people weren't featured on this show, but I do understand there's traveling and there's things. But I think we're getting we're gonna have a really fun show going into Grand Slam. I thought there would be more, honestly, Denise. More matches announced, maybe, because there's only like 5 matches, I think.
There's quite a few. You got the tag team match, you got the Mercedes match, you got the Death Riders match. That's 3 matches already. We got the Okada match. That's 4. Which one am I missing? I'm missing another one. Oh, the Buddy Matthew match. That's 5 matches. That's pretty good because some of those, I don't want them to be like 5-minute matches. Like there's some of those matches, probably most of those matches, I want to see get a good amount of time, especially that tag team match with Kinosuke Takeshita and Will Ospreay. I want to see that obviously last a good amount of time. I want to see the Okada match hopefully last a good amount of time. I feel like there's a couple of them that I do think need that.
I keep forgetting that it is Grand Slam Collision, so it's only a 2-hour show. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a 2-hour show. You can't fit that many matches in if you want to give everything time. So this does actually make sense. I'll take my thing back.
Take it back, Reg. Okay, we have 5 matches. So
yeah,
which one did I forget?
Enough for 2 hours.
Mariah and Tony Storm. That's the match I didn't name.
Duh.
Yeah, it was Okada and Buddy, and then the Death Riders, Cope and Jay White, and then of course the Will Ospreay Kenny Omega match with Kyle Fletcher and Kinosuke Takeshita, Harley and Mercedes, and then Mariah and Tony. That's the one I was missing. So it's okay. Looking at these 5 matches, I feel like that's good enough because you got to throw in probably some promos, some vignettes, all of that. Some story stuff, some story elements to the show. I think that's a pretty good amount.
Yeah, definitely with time and spacing the show. I think that's definitely for the 2 hours. That's gonna maybe not even be enough at this point. Enough time for all this great action that we're gonna see. I think if everything, I switched really quick because now I'm like, damn, 2 hours. Can you really get everything that you need? But the Continental Classic matches max 20 minutes, and like, there's a way that to get around. This is gonna be a really action-packed show. It's gonna be exciting.
I think you were thinking inside your head AEW pay-per-views with 13 matches on the card, 4 pre-show matches.
That is what it is.
Because when's the last time? Well, you and I don't normally do shows on a Saturday unless I randomly choose to cover Collision. And even then, Reg is off enjoying his life. So, clearly running from the grind, Reg.
Well, you got to put that on me. It ain't my fault you guys want to have shows on the weekend when people are outside.
So you were thinking, oh, yeah, I'm showing up to work on Saturday. It's a pay-per-view.
We're going to talk for 500 hours, but we're not even going to talk for that long.
I mean, I probably am. You probably are too, because you're doing Rhapsody and then the stream with me. I'm doing Busted Open and then Vengeance Day and then Grand Slam Australia.
Why?
Because we are sickos. That's what we do. That's the reason we're sitting in these chairs right now, Reg, because we are sickos. That is the reason why these companies are making millions of dollars because of sickos like us that tune into everything and soak it all in like sickos.
That's why both companies are doing 2 big shows on Saturday, and Denise Salcedo is going to watch them back to back like a freak. Yeah, I got you. I'm with you.
Hey, I preferred sicko over freak. Freak's a little too harsh. It's a little too harsh. I'm gonna be a freak. Actually, what sounds better? You wrestling freak or you wrestling sicko?
You're a wrestling freak. You're a wrestling sicko. Well, AEW's made it like enduring to be a sicko, so I think that sounds better.
Right. That sounds cute. Like, oh, you such a sicko.
She's an AEW freak or she's an AEW sicko. Freak sounds better to me in that case, but it depends on how you're talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, she a freak or she a sicko? If she's a sicko, like, I'm like, why are you being a sicko, girl? What's wrong with you? But she a freak.
You want to know.
Yeah, exactly. So.
All right, all right. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the show. There was a little bit of everything that we got here. I want to go ahead and kick things off with, I think, a portion of the show that I found very, very exciting. So let's start with Hangman Adam Page and MJF. Reg, you and I have been here almost every single week, singing at the top of our lungs, saying MJF needs to be in better feuds. And that's the gist of what we've been talking about the last couple of weeks. And we have not seen MJF in a really, really hot feud in a long time. I would say that the thing that was and I wouldn't even compare it. I don't even think that this feud was as hot as what him and Hangman could be. The last real big thing was him and Daniel Garcia. And even then, a lot of people were interested in that feud, but I don't think that I would consider it a super, super hot feud because that just wasn't. I still think that MJF is obviously at a higher level than Daniel Garcia was at the time. So I felt like that wasn't super hot, but whatever. It's neither here nor there at this point. What I'm trying to say, it's been a long time for MJF. And here we are. Finally, they have told us the last couple of weeks, they teased it between MJF and Hangman. But today we saw them in a pool apart. We saw them just go back at it, back and forth, go into the crowd, fight in the ring, have the confrontation that they had. All of it. They even shared some words backstage where MJF was trying to insult Hangman Page, even threw a shot of him smelling, I think he said like whiskey or something like that. I forgot what it is that he said, but there was a lot here that happened that I think got us excited. And we're talking about big AEW feuds and how we want these really big stories. This is one of them. How do you feel about Hangman and MJF?
Yeah, this is these last couple of weeks of MJF being involved with the over 50 crowd, the old timers, Jeff Jarrett, followed by Dustin Rhodes. I was like on this show saying, what's MJF doing? This is the top star. This is the future of your company. He needs to be locked in to other people that are the future of this company. So I was a little confused for a minute, but then they started to really make it exciting, and they started to set out some teases out there the last couple of weeks. Every time that Max and Hangman have had any kind of interaction, any like backstage thing, anything that feels like, oh, that could be a thing, it's felt really refreshing. Tonight, the backstage segment, Max fucking finally. It's like, dude, just go out there and show who you are and tell these people that you're still the guy that you've always been, and that when it comes to on the mic, there's not many people in this company that could compete with you. So when he got into a backstage with Hangman and just starts giving it up, being like, why are you always involved in things that I am? You're becoming obsessed with me. This is starting to be weird. I like it. You're doing this little gimmick and you're trying to act like you're somebody, but you're remorseful for most of it and you're acting weird about it. Like, what's up with that? You're trying to, essentially, Max is like, you're trying to do my shit, but you're not going to do it like I do. And I just love that. So leading to the match with Dustin, which I thought was really fun, him and Max had a really good back and forth thing, got us Dustin's established. It's in Texas. Makes a lot of sense, but why that would happen. But the after effects, way more fun. Him and MJF and Hangman getting into a pull apart brawling all over the arena, getting into the crowd, getting people really hyped. But at the end, as the security's holding both of these guys back and they're just screaming at each other, it felt like this is what we've came for. This is what AEW is. This is what it represents. We want to see two of the best in this company, the future of this company, going one-on-one, and them charring and jawing at the bit and wanting to get after each other is everything that we ask for here. So if they announce that match at Revolution, it's going to be great. But this feels like finally MJF is being used how he should be used, Denise. You know what I mean?
Oh, 1000%. I mean, this is big time right here. I think there's a lot of people that they were just waiting for it because again, he was destroyed with Jeff Jarrett, just wasn't doing it. The stuff with Dustin Rhodes, it got us this far. Okay, great. They did have a good match, like you said here today. I did like the work that Dustin and MJF put together, but it just wasn't screaming MJF, the top of the mountain,
right?
AEW, the guy that Tony Khan, even though MJF cursed him out and said all of the things he said in that promo in LA, still brought him back and paid him God knows how much money, I'm guessing millions, to stay in this company. You don't do that for just anybody, Reg. If someone talks their shit the way that MJF did to Tony Khan, calling him a mark and all of that stuff that went down in the past, and he brings them back and pays them more money, you do that for a reason. You do that because because you don't want to lose a talent like MJF. And for a while there, when he came back, and we were all so excited at the pay-per-view when he came back, and he had said, he basically said that he was going to be the MJF that everybody wanted him to be. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And because we were coming off of that feud with him and Adam Cole, that was just the shits, and people were not loving it towards the end. It had its cute moments in the beginning, but by the end, it just wasn't what people wanted it to be. So then people were like, all right, let's go. It's finally time. We're going to get the MJF that we want. But then we got MJF and a bunch of random stuff. So this feels like the MJF feud that we have been waiting for. And I want to take a second to talk about Hangman Adam Page, because Hangman, to me, Reg, feels like the top guy right now in AEW. He feels like the person that if he comes out, I'm going to shut the fuck up because I want to listen to him talk. I want to hear what he has to say. And you know whose vibe he gave me today? So, with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, we saw Drew McIntyre really become this different person in that CM Punk feud. He just felt different. And I can't even put it into words. And people here that watch that know exactly what I mean by Drew McIntyre felt different.
Yeah.
Hangman Adam Page today, when he had that backstage confrontation with MJF, he felt different. He had that same energy that Drew McIntyre has, that same energy that Drew McIntyre walks around with. That's the same kind of energy that I felt from Hangman Adam Page, where he's pissed, he's angry, he almost comes across as like this demonic guy who, yes, he once used to be good, he was driven crazy, he's mad now, he's doing all of the stuff that he's doing, but that's what's intriguing, and it makes me want to find out more, and it makes me want to almost be best friends with Hangman, because I'm like, oh, he's so cool, he doesn't fuck around, nobody messes with this guy, I want to be friends with Hangman, that makes him cool, that makes me want to cheer for him, that gets him over.
That's the funny part about this whole thing, is because Hangman, he grows larger in legend, and people start to enjoy him more the more diabolical he is. Like, after this guy set a fool's childhood home on fire, you're supposed to be like, this is a bad guy, we don't like this guy, can't believe he would do something so devastating. People liked him more after that, Denise. So the things when he does something crazy and diabolical, people are like, we love this guy, we love this. And I think, historically, you think of like Stone Cold Steve Austin, you think of those guys that are like, they do bad things, but the crowd just loves them, and it grows and it keeps growing. Hangman Adam Page is entering into that territory. Drew McIntyre is a great person to compare him to, because it's like, this guy's doing bad things, but I like it. When he destroys somebody's house, when he destroys somebody's family, it makes it even better. And the confidence that Hangman has, he knows that he's that guy. He knows that he's the baddest motherfucker here. So when he's in interactions with MJF, during that promo where MJF was going off, Hangman's still like, I'm still the baddest motherfucker here, though. Like, I don't care what you say. This is all mine. I'm dominating. I feel like I'm the top star here. And this is with Denise. We still got Kenny Omega here. We still got Will Ospreay here. We still got one of Hangman's greatest rivals, Swerve, here. People that are top people. And Hangman is like, no, this is mine. I'm the company guy. I should be the world champion. We should be having everything around me. And he just feels like he gets bigger and bigger with each feud. This is perfect timing for the MJF thing. They're both at not a crossroads, because I think Hangman is like on his way, but MJF needs this, and like Hangman's the perfect guy to give this to him.
Oh, yes, 1000%. So let's see. Hopefully they do make this match for Revolution. I feel like this is one that, let's get a trilogy. Screw it. I love me a good trilogy. We've been seeing some really great trilogies in wrestling. This is definitely one where I wouldn't mind AEW taking their time, letting this one breathe, seeing where it can go with Hangman and with MJF. This could be the story that really propels Hangman into a whole other level, and this could be the story that reminds us why we're MJF fans. So all of this, I'm on board for it. But let's go ahead and get into some of these super chats here and see what people have to say. Let me see where we're at with everything. Here we go. Let's see this. Oh, this is from T-Mac. This was from our watch along. So he says, Bro, he didn't even really do nothing. Weez and I were talking about that. He wasn't even trying to use copyright content like that. Twitch was tripping. Yeah, so that was in regards to Santi getting removed from Twitch for 48 hours. We had talked about that on the Monday Raw post show. And yeah, it does suck and it is scary for creators whenever things like that happen. So support your creators, guys. Support your favorite creators. We got Infamous Raider Loco who says, damn it, now I remember the CM Punk bracelet. That
was
also
block that out,
watch
Raider
on.
Loco. Yeah, you just got to keep that out forever. That's amazing.
We got Roberto Arsenal who says Hartley doesn't even have to win, but she must stay on TV. She already won by being in this match with Mercedes, or the way that she makes her voice all wild. We'll get to that in a second. We got Day Day here who says they have to bring back Choco Taco shirts. Choco Taco shirts have Walmart.
They have them.
Oh, they do have them.
I'm gonna have to go to Walmart and bring back a Choco Taco shirt.
Okay, but what's the point of having the shirt if you don't have the Choco Taco?
Yeah, just bring back the taco. Fuck the shirts. It's not a Walmart.
You're gonna do lick the shirt? Freaking like Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
no, when they lick the walls in Willy Wonka.
I do remember that, but I'm not gonna lick that shirt. That's nasty, especially a Walmart shirt. Been through hell.
Who knows how many people touched it and you're right there
in Walmart? Oh, gross. I'll die probably.
Hey everyone, Reg is dead. What did he die of? He licked his Choco Taco shirt he bought from Walmart.
Bring him back though. Whoever develops them, Good Humor or some shit. I don't know.
Oh man, that's so funny. We got Grapple Geekery who says, I love every wrestler in that closing segment, but I didn't give a crap about it. Willow should have run out there and wrecked Marina at least. TK, let it go.
I forgot about Willow.
Breathe, Reg. We'll get to it in a sec. So let's get to it now. Fuck it. Grapple Geekery got us going. I'm feeling the emotions. So let's get to that. The closing of AEW tonight was very, very interesting. So, I don't even know how to begin here. All right, so we got Adam Copeland and Jay White. Earlier in the night, they stole the briefcase from Marina Shafir. They locked her in some room, and Jon Moxley couldn't save her. It didn't happen, so they took the briefcase, right? And then Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir were really pissed off. So while Willow was cutting a promo, she said like one word. She was then attacked by Marina Shafir. And then they took over and they cut a promo. Well, then this led to Adam Copeland and Jay White going out to the ring. And Adam was basically saying how he was going to destroy this briefcase if Jon Moxley didn't go out there and give him this championship match, whatever. He then brings out his friend Spike. And by then, Jon Moxley goes out there, basically calls his bluff for a second and tells him, okay, fine, we're going to do this match at Revolution. And then Adam Copeland says the funniest shit. Although I don't know if he really meant what he said or if he said it the incorrect way or if someone wrote this and just didn't think twice about this. He said, and I quote, I'm going to show the people what the AEW championship really means to me. And he gets his spike. He starts smashing the briefcase with the championship inside, in almost insinuating like he doesn't care about the AEW championship. But I don't think that's what he was supposed to say or supposed to do. Like, that wasn't the message we were supposed to get across. So something went wrong there. I'm not exactly sure what, though. Or maybe it went right and people just didn't think about how that would come across.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be the line, but they were trying to get across something. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I didn't, of course, surprise, didn't like this segment. Soon as Cope and Jay White got the briefcase, fucking open it. Why are you guys holding it, doing promos, saying, meet me in the ring, blah, blah, blah. So they get down to the ring and Cope is like, come down or I'm going to hit this with Spike if you don't come and get it. But a couple weeks ago, Moxley was
when you're ready, come and get it. Nah.
A couple weeks ago, Mox was like, I don't care. You don't need to see the championship. It's inside of us. Why do you need to see in there? What does it matter? I don't care. We're all I'm a champion anyways. Claudio's a champion. Marina's a champion. Renee's a champion. It's all inside of you. So what the fuck would he care about saving the belt when he's never showed it? He don't care about showing to us anyways. So what does saving it do? And I already, for some reason, Denise, felt like this match was made already. Like I felt like they had already announced it. So I'm like, what why are they doing this? Like, we already know the match is happening. That's what it felt like, but it hadn't happened yet. So Mox comes out and he's like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm the champ, blah, blah, blah. We'll do the match. And then Cope's like, all right, I'm going to smash the briefcase anyway. Where's the fucking belt, dude?
We were speculating during our watch along, and we have been speculating now for weeks. The running joke is the belt isn't in there. It's just a briefcase, guys. It's just a briefcase, although there's definitely something in there because you can hear it jingle.
Oh, and that line, remember, Denise, earlier when Cope was like, oh, I've held this before, and you were like, why would you even mention the Money in the Bank thing? That was
right, because the Money in the Bank is not the same thing. I mean, sure, it's a briefcase, but
that's it.
The Money in the Bank is a contract in hopes of winning a championship so that you could display the championship proudly and be champion. This is the ultimate prize in AEW locked away in a briefcase that doesn't even have an AEW sticker, nothing. Boring ass gray briefcase.
My thing was when Cope was yelling at Mox, like, what if Mox didn't come down and you like kept the belt? That doesn't make you the champ because you're fucking carrying the belt. You still have to get the match to beat him. It just wasn't a good incentive. Again, it felt like they had a concept in their brain, Denise, of what they wanted to do, but the execution was a little bit off.
Look, I'm not going to completely shit on this. You want to know why? There was one part that I really loved.
What?
When everyone was chanting for Adam to pull it out. We were chanting at the Rated R Superstar, pull it out.
Pull it out.
And we want to see it.
We want to see it. Pull it out on a national TV. The crowd's chanting. We're chanting. Everybody's chanting for him to pull it out.
And they're in Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Oh, God. All right.
All right, you can stop.
Please.
It's too easy. BlueChew.com/Denise Salcedo.
Right.
Oh, wait, no. BlueChew.com, promo code Denise, or no promo code, 1 month free. BlueChew.com.
But let them know Denise sent you.
See, because I show the Blue Chew, okay? I don't keep it locked away in a briefcase.
Exactly. Here it is. Here's the grand prize, you guys.
But we are going to get Adam Copeland versus Jon Moxley at Revolution. That is official. Is that the only match that's been made so far for Revolution? Am I forgetting something? Yeah, because we've obviously been building. We've been building to Grand Slam. And yeah, Revolution is, oh my God, it's less than a month away.
Yeah, it's not that far away at this point. Like, we got to get right after Grand Slam is in, you got to get right into promoting that and making matches.
Right. All right, we got a couple of super chats here. We got Ten Ruza, who says Reg Moriarty versus Robbie Eagles, a Ring of Honor pure title Grand Slam. Has that been added as the pre-show match or what?
Maybe Ten Ruza wants that because Robbie Eagles will be on the card. That would be dope. I hope so. That'd be awesome.
Oh.
I hope they add
matches.
Some pre-shows or something. They got to film content. They can put it on Max. Denise, you just don't want to talk about it or be about it. You're just being selfish. What about for the rest of you? Denise on her little comment. They don't need a pre-show.
What? This isn't a pay-per-view, bro.
You're being selfish, Denise. You're just like, no, I don't need no more content. They don't need a pre-show. That was so funny.
Oh, man. We got PLG here who says California Connection, my favorite part of Wednesday nights. Hell yeah, PLG. Thank you so much, man. We got Lisa Hart here who says, do you think Prince Nana will turn on Swerve Strickland? There wasn't too much with that today. They did have a quick little, was it even a promo or was it like a pre-tape?
Promo package?
Yeah, it was like a pre-tape. Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole show was taped, but a pre-taped on a tape show. If that makes any sense. Am I explaining this right, Reg?
You nailed it.
Thanks. I don't think that Prince Nana will turn on Swerve. I do think their friendship will be tested, but I think at the end of the day, Nana and Swerve will always be a unit.
Yeah, I think this is like Denise saying, this is testing the thing. Nana's thinking, I brought this Jimmy Rave robe out here to pay tribute to him and like for you to kind of our legacy, and you ended up getting it kind of stolen from Ricochet, by Ricochet, and you haven't gotten it back. And Nana's like, you make everything so personal. Just like get your objective executed and let's move on. Everything has to be this big, long psychological game of cat and mouse. And I just want you to like get my fucking row back. I don't think they're gonna turn on him, but I think Nana's just trying to psych him into what this is.
We got Blake Smith Music here who says, "What's up, Kelly Connection? I never get to catch the show live, and I finally can tonight. Been watching since Reg joined the show. You guys are the highlight of my week. Thanks for being awesome, guys." Blake, thank you so much, man. It always means to us, especially when we hear from you guys about what you guys think about our show. It really, it just boosts up the spirits a whole lot. So thank you so much for your generosity and for being a fan of the show.
Yeah, you guys don't know how much a little comment like this means and goes, and like hearing that, because sometimes it gets tough. It's all these things, you don't want to do these pods as long as all this, but knowing that you guys really appreciate us coming on and doing this show helps us so much. So I appreciate you, Blake. That's dope.
It gets us up on our emo days when we've got the blues.
Oh man, you go read a comment and somebody's just like, "Oh, I like your content." It's just like, "Oh, dude, that really helps so much." You know,
you're like, "Oh my god, I don't suck."
Denise had that was very recently. Denise was on my phone being like, "I'm done here. Like, fuck all this shit. Like, I can't." Remember that? You were going through it that one time.
Me. That every couple of months I go through that where I'm just like, you know what? I'm done with this.
Yeah, I was like, no, Denise.
I can't handle this shit anymore. You know, I have my moments, right? I have my moments where I crack a little bit. But I'm not like Humpty Dumpty, okay? I fall off, but you could put me back together.
That's a fact. Yeah, no, it's just human emotions, man. Sometimes it's overwhelming, sometimes it's a lot, but like again, comments like Blake, comments like a lot of the supporters make help us through it.
Yeah, I feel you. Thank you so much, Blake. We got PLG here who says AEW is building the trios division up again, but do y'all care to see guys like Joe, Cole, Claudio in the division? Do we need them involved to care? So let's talk about that, because that was kind of a big topic here with the AEW World's Trios on the line. The Death Riders, Claudio, Pac, and Wheeler, defended against the Undisputed Kingdom, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. When this match started, I specifically told Reg, where is the option that I'm excited about? Where's the option that I'm supposed to be over the moon about? I can't find that option. And Reg, you said, and I quote, if at least if the Undisputed Kingdom win, then we would at least see the AEW Trios titles. That was the only pro.
That felt like the only redeeming factor here for what was going on. And the match felt super long too. So I was like, I don't really know if this is the way, but I'm intrigued. PLG brings up a really good point, Denise. Do you think if there were guys that you were more interested in, would it change your perception of wanting to see trios matches? Or is it just like trios matches are kind of out for you?
Once again, look at my poster board behind me when we had the Lucha Brothers and Pac. That right there was peak trios time period for me.
Yeah.
If we can get anything remotely close to this, then I'm on board again. This ain't it. What we got tonight, sure, it was a fine match, but it ain't this level. It ain't this quality.
So there is a way you think to get back if they add some focus, if they add some talented people, if it feels like they care about the trios division, we'll care about the trios division.
Right, because the trios division is in the same limbo of the AEW World title where we don't see the trios championships. When Undisputed Kingdom came out, I had to look at the card because I couldn't remember that the Death Riders were champions, and I talk about it all the time.
You have to be like for a second, you're like, wait, who are the champions?
Who are they facing? Who are the champions?
That's for championships that's still trying to be built and established. That's not the way you want to look and think about it. It needs to be happening like this. We need to be seeing this on a consistent basis of them defending them, or at least knowing that they exist and you have them outside.
Right. And with that being said, I do want to mention, because we did get another 6 trios match. It was Hook, Katsuyori Shibata, and Samoa Joe versus Aaron Solo, John Cruz, and Rosario Grillo. Look, Samoa Joe, and Shibata, and Hook, they're all cool. All of those guys are cool in their own realms, but they're not a legit trio. I don't see them as a legit trio. I do like that they're going as what the ops now. That's what they're calling themselves. And then they even called out the patriarchy afterwards. But I love seeing them as a group for now, but we know this isn't gonna last. We know that, I want to see Samoa Joe in a big title program. I
That's
want
the
to see
thing.
right. I want to see Hook continue to grow as a performer on the show. I want to see him, start to collect some accolades, have some big moments. Great. And then Shibata, we like to see him wrestle, but I think that I mean, I don't know if they'll become trios champions, but if they do, it will probably be a short-lived kind of thing.
Yeah, see, I think that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I think they can work as a trio. They're establishing them. They got a new name today. Great promo by Samoa Joe. But Samoa Joe is my issue. Is like, I don't want Samoa Joe in that. I want to see him against Jon Moxley. I want to see him against Will Ospreay. I want to see him against Kenny Omega. I want to see him, and there's so many singles things that I want to see him involved in that I want this to be short-lived. But I think they can represent in a place because Hook needs all the help he could get, and like being alongside Shibata and Joe, I think is great for him. But Joe's is he's such an inaugural part, and he could play such a big role in the many men's divisions, that I need to see him as a singles wrestler. For now, I think it's good.
Right. And then, I mean, but the whole thing with the patriarchy, damn, I mean, they called them out again. It feels like we're kind of, I mean, I just keep thinking about that briefcase, and I just kind of want it to be off of, excuse me, not the briefcase, the contract. I want the contract to be off of Christian Cage, so we just don't have that looming over us.
Yeah, it felt like today after the match, Samoa Joe gets on the mic and he establishes who they are. Then he calls out the patriarch, and I'm like, for a second, you brought it up in the stream too. Like, could Samoa Joe potentially take that contract? Like, for a second, the vibe I got was like, okay, he's calling out Christian. They're a part of this. Maybe there's a world where he's like, put that contract on the line and I'll fucking beat you for it. But I just don't know if that's where they're going to go with it.
I would love it if they did that.
Great.
But how would you convince Christian to put that contract on the line? He's not gonna do it. What did Samoa Joe call him today? A chicken ass? Chicken ass? Was it a chicken ass?
Yeah. I just don't know. For Christian's character, that doesn't make sense. Like, his character would not put his thing up ever. You know what I mean?
Chicken ass is my favorite. And then he cuckold.
I mean, we did talk about eggs in the show, and you eat a lot of chicken ass because you love eggs.
But eggs aren't chicken ass.
They come from the chicken ass.
But they aren't the chicken ass.
I mean, they.
What are you insinuating, Reg? What are you insinuating?
That you eat a lot of chicken ass.
Yeah, and you are what you eat. So are you calling me a chicken ass?
Listen, you said that, not me.
Wow,
you
Reg.
Eat a lot of chicken ass, you damn chicken ass. But yeah, get that damn contract out of here, man. You're ruining our lives.
We got Rafa. Thank you, PLG. We got Raphael Smith, who says not to defend the Doctor or Death Riders. Sorry. Not to defend the Death Riders, but I think it was to show how much Cope cares by freeing it from a locked briefcase held by Gollum of Lord of the Rings. You know who I used to have the biggest crush on from Lord of the Rings?
Gollum?
Hold on, let me remember what his name was, because I wasn't like a big fan of Lord of the Rings, but I knew I knew this guy.
Gandalf? Is Gandalf in Lord of the Rings?
No, it was Aragorn. Viggo Mortensen.
Oh yeah.
He was my crush. I never saw Lord of the Rings, but I had some family members that were big fans of Lord of the Rings. And anytime he would come on the TV, I'd be like, oh, hey, maybe I should start watching Lord of the Rings.
Unbelievable.
He was my crush for a very long time. Anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah. That's what I was saying in the end. It didn't feel like that was what Adam Copeland was supposed to say. Like the way it came across, if he wanted to say that he wanted to free it, that's what I'm saying. Like the wording and the actions looked like it may have been a mistake.
Like if he was like, this is how much I care about the AEW championship. I'm going to free it from this fucking briefcase. That would have hit way different. Like leaving that part, this is how much I care about. And you start hitting it with the big barbed wire stick. I'm going to be like, what do you mean? There's nails on that. Like you're not taking care of it. You're going to hit it with this nail stick. So I don't know.
Whoever made that briefcase, though, if that championship belt has no scratches on it, whoever made that briefcase needs to promote that shit, because I want to buy your briefcase.
Put your damn logo on the side of it.
Yeah, seriously.
There
All
you
right,
go.
Raphael, thank you so much. We got Ten Rizza here who says extra matches announced. Moriarty versus Ego, Learning Tree versus Bandito, Outrunners, part of AEW Ring of Honor Global Wars matches. More may be announced. So where did they announce this? Did they announce this on AEW's Twitter?
On the Jericho Cruise, where is this? I haven't seen it.
I thought
It'll
the
be a
Jericho
minute.
Cruise was over.
It is, but they're rolling stuff out after it.
Okay. I'm seeing this
You
right
see it.
now.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm seeing this right now. All right, guys. So it was on Twitter 18 minutes ago. AEW Ring of Honor Global Wars Australia Live.
Oh.
And they are
Awesome.
basically saying that it's going to be Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keefe taking on Bandito and the Outrunners in a trios match.
Nice.
So what is this airing like before or what?
They'll probably tape it for ROH TV maybe.
And then yes, Lee Moriarty versus Robbie Egos was also announced, and that was announced 25 minutes ago. So when he was telling us about it, he wasn't fantasy booking. It was a legit announcement.
Awesome. That's gonna be really dope. That Leo Moriarty and Robbie Eagles is gonna be a fucking banger.
All right. Well, there you go. We got matches.
Just gotta put it in the air, put it in the universe, Denise, and it'll happen. If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Christopher Marino says, do you think the contract was put on Christian when Darby was going to beat Danielson, then things changed and now it's just lost in everything? Yes, I do think that someone made a decision, God knows why, and now they made their bed. Now they're lying in it and they can't get out of bed. They've been laying in that bed because they can't make it anymore.
I don't think this is true because there was never a moment where Darby was going to beat Danielson. Like they always had kind of like where this was going.
But I think that still, though, this was made preemptively with them probably having some sort of plan in mind. You just don't make you just don't add this to your arsenal, to your company. You just don't add a Money in the Bank like thing without any real plans to do it.
It kind of felt like they were like, "Oh yeah, Christian, you can have this, yeah, whatever you want," and then they're like, "Oh damn, we have to like really execute that."
Well, why would you do that?
Wrestling.
That's such a big decision to make.
It's like, hey, I owe you one, and I owe you. Here's an IOU, and Christian was like, "Here's my IOU. What are you gonna do for me?" And they're like, "Hey, how about this thing?" Don't it?
No, Reg.
Like they were like, "Hey, we got to do something for Christian's." Like, "You better fucking do something for me." And they're like, "Oh, we got you, dog. How about this thing?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, so like, when am I gonna cash it in?" And they're like, "Cashing in."
He wanted at All In, right? When was All In? August.
It's been more than half a year.
No, it hasn't been more than half a year. August, September, October, November, December, January, Feb. It's
been a long time, dude. And like Denise, there's no worlds where he cashes that in and should win it, right? I mean, I guess it's the Darby thing is still looming. But
what if he just takes it off of Jon Moxley?
Nobody wants that. What story is that? That's a horrible story.
This is somehow leading to Adam Copeland and
Mox. Yeah, I was gonna say Adam Copeland. Oh God, beats Moxley and then Christian beats him for it.
I don't know if he beats him for it, but we're gonna get Adam Copeland versus Christian.
You got to think about it. The guy that fucking made this famous, he made this bit a thing of getting screwed out of this thing. This guy was the first guy to do it. So Christian does it to him. It's kind of a full circle thing. It sucks. I hate it, but like it makes sense. Like Adam Copeland getting screwed over by somebody cashing in. That's like a story, but I hate the fucking story, but it is a story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm just trying to arrange the parts is what I'm thinking right now. Like, how is this going to happen?
Adam Copeland beats Jon Moxley at Revolution, and then Christian comes down and cashes in and beats him. It's a horrible idea, but it's there. It's the worst fucking idea of all time. But like Edge getting his comeuppance and getting that same thing that's always happened to him, a shit ton of heat on Christian. I hate it so much. I hate that I'm even saying it, but it's right there.
I'm trying to see a different alternative.
The alternative is Moxley
alternative.
just beats Copeland, and then Christian again just keeps holding on to it
Until when? The date
July.
expires and then Tony Khan comes down and tells him, sorry, bro, the date expired. Got to give that back.
Until Darby Allin comes back, which I'm assuming would be all in Texas. Darby Allin, Jon Moxley. Darby Allin beats him, and then Christian beats him for the thing. It's
At
stupid.
All In?
At All In.
Yeah, no. Reg, no.
Why not?
How could you do that at All In?
Because that's Darby's moment.
Yeah, but then to have his moment taken away like that, no.
If you want to get the most heat out of it, it's only going to work against a few. It's not going to work against Edge.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I gave up that scenario and nobody's going to care about it.
If you want to get heat, there's got to be a reason for that heat. What is the point of Christian Cage getting all that heat? What is the upside to that?
We have a big heel.
Can it be somebody else?
Of course. But Christian got the contract.
I don't like any of this.
I hate it. I hate that.
I don't like any of this. Please, someone come up with a better scenario. Please.
What else is there?
I don't know. Someone figure
like
it out.
All In. If money was on me, All In main event would be fucking Will Ospreay versus Hangman Adam Page for the AEW World Championship. But like, that's gonna be a lot to get to that.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. They just got to speed things up.
When are you gonna get the belt off of Mox?
Literally anybody.
That's not the story, though.
Fuck the story. All right, that's it. I'm done. Fuck the story.
Okay, I'm with you.
We got BLG here who says Megan Bayne versus Stat is a match we G-at to see soon. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the rest of everything else that happened. We spent way too much time talking about Christian and Edge and all of this. All right. Earlier, you mentioned that Hangman Adam Page defeated Max Caster. We already spoke about that. We just covered that match. All right, let's get into, we already covered MJF, Dustin Rhodes. Let's talk about the women. We have Megan Bayne, who defeated Maya World, and I'm going to combine this because we also saw Kris Statlander versus Penelope Ford, and we then saw Megan Bayne take out Kris Statlander after Kris Statlander got her victory on Penelope Ford, so they are definitely heading into the alpha female versus the alpha female with Megan and Kris, and Reg, I know you want to be all over this, so I'm going to give you the floor.
The women's equivalent of a meat match is being built. We still need to figure out what their equivalent is so we could really establish what that was. Shout out to the homegirl Maya World, an incredible talent. She took on Megan Bayne here. They're in Texas, so it makes sense that she was there. Megan Bayne took her to the woodshed, though, of course. Really fun match. Denise and I were kind of blown away by the little amount of time that Stat and Penelope were given. They really made it happen. Like, Penelope gets better with every single match that she has. She's getting more confidence. She feels like she's nice in front of the crowd. The matches feel like much better. She feels like she's really throwing her strikes. She's really in there as a pro wrestler. And Statlander is just an amazing at everything, at bumping, at being strong, at kind of being a big presence out there. So like them having a really great match and then immediately following with, well, teasing it before with Stat interrupting Megan's post-match celebration, them having that little stare down. We were already like, all right, we're good. And then Stat having the match and Megan immediately coming out, hitting her with the FI on the floor. We're just like, all right, well, I didn't know we were going to immediately get to the shits, but I'm very happy you did it. I think establishing Megan's already just with her presence and how she carries herself, already starting to, get in the eyes of the fans and like, who is this? Like, what does she really represent? Who is she? Putting her against Statlander, I think is perfect. It's going to get that, like I said, the women's equivalent of a meat match. They're going to be in there throwing these things of trying to beat each other's ass and showing powerful, looking like some of the baddest women on earth. This is an amazing way to start and a great way to go.
Dude, I was going to say, you said a mouthful there, and I agree with all of it, man, because you need something. We can hear that. That is a sound effect no one wanted to hear. Wait, we need a cleanse.
Penelope Ford, I've never seen her.
We saw her tonight. She killed it. She did a Booker T spot in her match too.
Yeah, dude, I gotta tell you, I was so impressed by Penelope. And I'm not even gonna go out here and be like, oh my gosh, she's the greatest wrestler or anything like that. No, but she did improved drastically from where
Yeah.
she was at and where she's at now. I was very impressed with Penelope today. I thought this was probably the best that I'd ever seen from Penelope. So I do want to give her flowers for that, because you could see whatever she's doing, keep doing that, because that is working. And then yes, I'm excited about Kris Statlander and Megan, just because I feel like there's been a lot of stop and start with Kris Statlander.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I mean, God, we didn't even mention, oh my God, we forgot to talk about this. We kind of mentioned it a little bit with Willow and with Marina, but I didn't love that Willow was used to just get this point across for Marina to just attack her. They treated her like a nobody back there. And I'm thinking, this is Willow. This is somebody that I made a prediction, Reg, a whole ass prediction, both you and I, that Willow was going to be AEW Women's World Champion at the end of this year. Now, if you ask me right now, I know it's barely February. I'm losing hope on that. Granted, there's still a long time to go throughout the year.
Yeah, you're definitely jumping out the window, but I feel
I'm feeling less confident though, Reg. Are you that confident?
Today was pretty egregious, especially Denise. If you like run back the watch along, as soon as she comes on screen, the both of us are like, yeah, Willow, we love her. We're so happy to see her back. She's made her return. I'm like, I love Willow. Just her presence I'm ready to see what's next for her. And for her immediately to be cut off to further this Death Riders thing, unfortunate. Like I was saying on the stream, if she comes out and beats Marina's ass, this is fine. I'm good with it. But we never hear about this again. I'm like, why did you guys use Willow for that? Y'all could have used any fucking wrestler in the world, not one that we need to establish. And is that going to be world champion by the end of the year? This isn't the way you should treat somebody like that.
Yeah, stupid. I think so too. And so that kind of connected me to the reason I thought about Willow was the reason I connected this to Kris Statlander is because Kris Statlander, like I said, stop and go with her, and I felt like it was stop and go with Willow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought that they were going to get back into the thing. They had a promo a few weeks ago. They're trying to Kris Statlander trying to be friends with Willow again, but Willow's like, I don't really know. That show was kind of crazy how we went. So it feels like they're going to get back together. But right now they need to really establish something for Willow coming out of this.
Right. All right. So with that being said, we got one more match to get into. But before we do, we got a super chat here from Ten Ruza who says, Athena versus Alex Windsor for the Ring of Honor Women's title was just announced. Oh,
wow.
Okay, so that's another one that was let me
Athena making the card, baby. Well deserved.
There it is. There it is. I just looked at the graphic right now. That's a
awesome.
Big one.
That's gonna be a really good match. Alex Windsor can fucking go, and we know Athena's the GOAT.
Okay, that's cool. That's very cool. All right. Let me see. Thank you so much, Ten Ruza, for the updates, by the way. And where was I at? All right, we got the last match that we got to get into, by the way, is the Hurt Syndicate defending the AEW World titles successfully against the Guns. And dude, I'm gonna say something. Hold on, let me just confirm before I say what I'm gonna say.
Say it.
Yes, I can confirm. This was my favorite match of the night.
Wow.
Yeah. I had to make sure and look at the other matches before I said such a thing. This was the best match. We thought, oh yeah, the Hurt Syndicate are just going to go out there and beat the living breaks beat the life out of the Guns. That didn't necessarily happen. The Guns did get some offense in there. They got quite a bit. And then towards the end, we did see a little bit more of the Hurt Syndicate kind of wipe them out. Like Shelton Benjamin did God knows how many suplexes during the last few little minutes of this match. But at the end, he eventually, I forgot who he pinned, but Shelton Benjamin gets him with the knee, and then Bobby Lashley gets him with the spear and then gets the victory there. It was to Colton. And then, no, it's Austin. Excuse me. It was Austin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Austin. It was Austin who took the pin here. And so this to me was two things. One, it made the Hurt Syndicate look really great. Like the Hurt Syndicate looked powerful. That's what you wanted. The match was fun, all of that. But the big thing is that I think the Guns are starting to get over or are in the precipice of getting over. I feel like this kind of happened overnight. And I know that they haven't been here for a minute. I know they've been here a lot longer, but it felt like we went from, we don't like the Guns to all of a sudden we like the Guns.
I think they established themselves a lot of goodwill being along Jay White and Juice Robinson when they were locked in as the Bang Bang Gang. people were just loving everything that they do it. And not for nothing, I think Colton and Austin are both really underrated on the mic. So anytime that they get promo time, they really execute and they really get their points across. And so, you know how wrestling works, Denise, even if you kind of don't like a wrestler, when they get injured and they have this kind of triumphant comeback, you feel for them. You're like, okay, even if I'm not the biggest fan of you, I love to see you come back. I love to see like you in your new invigorated form, like kind of shine out here. And that's what it felt like with the Guns. Like the match starts and they're having like this dueling we hurt people and the gun club type thing. So the crowd really is invested in what the Guns bring and how they, you know, what they presented and what they represent for AEW. Here, I thought they shined even more. Like last week when they announced this match, I was like, oh, the Hurt Syndicate's going to kill him. This match is going to be 4 minutes. Bobby Lashley's going to destroy both these guys. Sheldon will come in and do his thing and then it'll be over. But no, they really like gave the Guns some time. They let them get established. They gave them some hope spots. They got the crowd to get into it, and they didn't just get squashed. They looked like a viable tag team that if they studied and looked on the Hurt Syndicate and did their research, could potentially beat them in the future. And you need to establish more tag teams like this. This was a really big moment for the Guns. People were questioning why they would get the match, but it's because of this. You want to reestablish them in the division for the future, and now they're going to be even bigger when they do eventually get that win. I don't know if they'll be the ones to beat the Hurt Syndicate, but they'll definitely have the AEW World Tag Team Championships again.
You think they'll add Billy Gunn to the act again?
They shouldn't.
I don't think they should either.
Yeah, they shouldn't. But I mean, he's there. That's their dad.
I want to see what they can become. I
Me
think
too.
that because even me, I'm like, I remember being like, oh, I'm not big on the Guns. And I was so mad when they won the titles over the Acclaimed, and I was not a fan of that. And then to be fair, that did kind of mark like the downfall. Like from there on, it just kept going down, 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 down for the Acclaimed. But yeah, they've turned things around for the Guns. What can
They
I
turned it
say?
around.
Even me,
Yeah.
I want to be a fan now.
I was a Gun hater, number
Yeah, you
one
were.
in front. I hate these guys. They're this, but no, they've changed all of that. They really built themselves. It's kind of like another thing we got to mention before we go. The way that Harley Cameron
Oh,
has
yes.
earned her spot and earned her way into this. I think that's how the Guns were. At first, it felt like some Nepo baby shit, like they're Billy Gunn's kids. We have to put him in here. He's a legend. He's all this. That's what it felt like at the beginning. But no, like they came week after week and they played great characters. They cut great promos. They had really fun matches and established that they belong here and they should be at the top of this division.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm a big fan of Harley's now. She's definitely won me over. You guys can check out that interview that I did with Harley. It's up here on the channel. Please check that out. There aren't that many interviews with Harley out there. So if you want to get to know her a little bit outside of, who she is as a character, but she's also kind of a character. She's not in character, that she's just a fun person.
She's
So
just
she
a
feels like a
character.
character. Yeah, she's just a character. You guys can check that out up here on the channel. Check it out. Pretty much. It's a really, really good interview. So I had a great time chatting with her. But that is our show for today, everyone. Reg and I will be here this Saturday to talk about AEW Grand Slam Australia. It is going to be probably the longest stream that I've ever done here on this channel because I will be live to stream a watch along for NXT Vengeance Day. From that, I'll get into the NXT Vengeance Day post show with Chinadu. After that, Reg will be joining me for the AEW Grand Slam Australia watch along. And then we'll go ahead and get into our AEW Grand Slam Australia post show review. So I will be live for several hours. So if you guys want to come in and out, whatever, I'll be here regardless, and Reg will be here, Chinadu will be here. It'll be a good time. Reg, what do you got going on?
Tomorrow's Ask Grapsity with me and Philip Lindsay on the Fightful Selects page. Saturday's regular Grapsity, and then I'll be back with Denise on Saturday to have fun again for a couple hours with y'all. That's about it.
Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Support our sponsors, BlueChew.com and ShopMando.com. Use the promo code Denise for $5 off. Support our sponsors. Thank you guys so much, everybody. Take care.
Peace.